Hi ladies, hi gents, hope you're all okay. Thanks for coming back and joining me. I just wanted to give you an update on my birthday challenge. I will be drawing the two winners for that, one UK, one international, and I'll do that on Friday. So just to give you the heads up on that. All I'm doing today really is making some little tags. I kind of had a burst of I need to create something, so I'm just playing with some flowers and things at the moment to do my tags. So yeah, the snow has been a bit of a pain. Don't know if you ladies have had the snow this weekend, but what a pain. It was so nice the other day. It really warmed up like a summer's day, and then it's gone all manky again. So still, we'll probably get a late summer, and it will probably be hotter than what we like it, and then everyone will be moaning that it's too hot again. So I'm just putting some glue on some little flowers here, and I'm going to emboss the tips of them. Now, one of these powders I've got is a white, and the other one is like a pearl, I think. So all I've done is put some glue on the edges of the flower, and I think you don't have to do this with your flowers, but when you're making something kind of like really shabby chic and you just want that extra little something to go wow, then that's how you do it. Excuse the noise for a second. I'm just going to put this on to heat this up with. Obviously when you're doing this, mind your fingers, because it does get extremely hot. But you will see it starting to melt and it'll go all kind of shiny. Although this one doesn't seem to have much of a shine to it. But I like that because it's not, you don't always want like really shiny. There you go. And there's, if I hold it like that, you'll be able to see it better. Let's see the white on the, so that's that one. Let's quickly do another one of those in that. So again, just take your normal flower. I think these are Wild Orchid Craft flowers. I do love their stuff. It's absolutely gorgeous, but you know, it costs a fortune, so I only kind of top up on bits and pieces that I need when there are cheaper places out there where you can get your flowers. But I seem to be the one that every time I want a certain colour flowers, they're always sold out. So just put glue on the edges of the leaves. Again, I'm just going to dip it into me embossing powder, like so. Give it a little tap off. And again, excuse the noise. Just heat it up. So it starts to melt, and then it will stay pretty on the leaves where it's supposed to. There we go, and there's another one, like so. So what I'm going to do is just stick this back in there. Always be prepared when you're using embossing powders and things, because it does go everywhere. And try not to turn your heat gun on over the top of the powder, because yeah, you will make a right mess then. I'm not sure, both of these have got a white on, but one's a pearl white and the other one's just white, so I wanted to give it a go. I think this one doesn't actually come out white. I have a feeling this is the one that's just a little bit shiny. So I've got a big bag of these sitting here, so I thought I'd take a few of them and have a little play, and then I can make some tags with them. I wanted to make some nice elegant tags to, you know, for presents and things, not just your usual. I do this at Christmas time as well. I like to make my own tags. I thought I didn't want a project that was too big today because I haven't done this for ages, so I just thought, right, okay, just go sit, pick out some bits and pieces to make some tags with, which is what I done. And then yeah, do my flowers and then make my tags. Excuse the noise again. It's getting really hot now. Oh, this one has a slight white to it, but it's more shiny. That's that one. I don't know if you can see that one. It's got a more shine to it than it is white. So do one more in that, I think. I do have, I bought a set of powders off of eBay. And do you think, for love or money, I do not know how they work. They are embossing things, but they're just in such big chunks, and no matter how I use them, they're like, some of them are too chunky and they don't melt, or you know, they don't even look like they're changing, and then you pick the paper up and find out that they're not even stuck to the paper. And I'm thinking, okay, so what am I doing wrong? But unfortunately, I kind of put them to one side and just left them because I don't know anybody that actually uses them, and I can't find any videos on them. So excuse the noise again. There we go. And that's another one just there. Alright, so I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 there. That should be okay for a moment. Let's tidy this powder up before I do anything else, because it'll end up going everywhere. Like so. I'll quickly get them powders out and I'll show you, because if any of you ladies have an idea on how they're actually used, I would be so grateful. There is a few more other ones. These are Stampendous taupe coloured fragments. Now, I don't know if you can see that. The light might be a bit funny, but it is a pot of, it just looks like bits of sand or chips of paint or something. And then I have a chunky white embossing enamel, and that doesn't seem to, that's not too bad. That goes on, but it just takes forever to melt. And that is like tiny little bits of foam. So if anybody knows how to use these, then please tell me, because I would really appreciate it. Because I spent a bit of money on them. I thought I'd treat myself, forget something I can play with. And yeah, now I can't use them because I don't know how. So I would appreciate a heads up and a know-how. Right, let's just get some of this mess out of the way. Right, so what I wanted to do was make some tags. Just going to wipe that brush off quickly. Oh, actually, before I do that, I'll show you how else you can do your flowers as well, before I get rid of that glue. So I've got some more here. So let's just have a fiddle with these. One other way I like to do with my flowers, if you go in any pound shops around Christmas time, as some of you ladies know, we love this stuff. You get bags of fake snow. Okay, it's £1, and the bag you get is twice the size of that, because I've had this for about 3 years now. So it is absolutely massive. But if you was doing, you know, like your Christmas tags and things, Bear with me a second and I will show you. We always keep a tiny little spoon in there. It's just, you know, like a little baby's medicine spoon or something out of a like little yogurty pot or something. And again, take my flour. I'll shut myself in this room for a bit of peace and quiet. The heating's on, but I have a great big radiator next to me and I am getting really, really hot. Right, so I've just put that on there, okay? Now you can either use your spoon and sprinkle it over your flour, okay? Or what I like to do, tend to do, is just dunk your flour in like that, okay? And then you just put it to one side to let it set and dry. And you have like a beautiful snowy frosted flour. And they are so gorgeous when they're like that. I'm just going to do another one like that. I might as well do it now while I've got them out, because otherwise I'll be getting it out again in a half hour. So just dab your glue all around the tips of your flowers. Don't need too much. And then again, just dunk it into your snow. You do get different kinds of this, so watch what you're using. I bought one from £1 shop and it was just quite dull. It was just a plain white. I didn't quite like it. But this one has actually got bits of glitter in it. So it's quite shiny. I don't know if you can actually see that. But it has got like shiny glittery bits in it. And they look beautiful on cards and things when you're doing them. So that's that one. Like I said, that is a really good idea for Christmas when you're doing your Christmas tags and cards and things. And another one I like to do, let's just spread this out a little bit, it's got a bit crushed up. That one is, I'll take some glue off of there. A bit of gesso or a bit of white paint, whatever. This is only a cheapy one at the works. I don't like to buy all this expensive stuff, as you know. And you just get a little dab on your brush and then just flick it across the top of your leaves. Okay, you don't need a lot, just a tiny little bit on your brush, like so. There you go. Oh, can't see it, can you? There you go. Can you see that? It's just a hint of colour on the edges of the leaves there. But yeah, it's quite effective. And it does look really, really nice. We've got one of those, and I will do another one quickly as I've got it out. It's going to give me it. Oh, pulled it off its stem now. Look, that wasn't very clever, was it? So just sit and play with your flowers. You might have some really, really fine glitter. Or even if you wanted to put, you know, like a hint of silver or gold on it or whatever. Christmas ones, I like to do the red roses and just put a hint of gold embossing powder on them. They look really pretty. There you go. See, that's another one. Just a hint of white around the petals to make it look more shabby chic. So I've got a little collection there now. Let's just wipe my brush off. Move that glue to one side so I don't spill it everywhere. Put that away. I just picked out a little bag of these little roses. I don't think these came from Wild Orchid Crafts. I can't remember where I got them from. One of my craft friends, she is on YouTube. She has her own site on Facebook and she sells loads of these, all the different ones. Everything you find on Wild Orchid Crafts, she sells them. But the only thing is, if you live in the UK, unfortunately they have to come over here, and they're quite pricey. So once I asked for some flowers. I think there was about 6 different types of flowers, but they all come in bags that size and full up. So you can imagine the size of the parcel. I had to pay £32 to get my flowers, plus the money what I'd already paid for the flowers. But so I just got them. Yes, I'm just saying, you know, kind of be aware where you're buying from, because of it being sent over, and the costs is just diabolical. It really is. Yeah, and I've picked up a few of these little, I don't even know what these are called, but they're like little daisy type flowers. I really need to sort this camera out because it keeps going blurry. It doesn't like close up pictures. So I just put them to one side for a moment. Right, so really you should do some pink ones as well, because I've got some pink. There is pink on this paper as well. Right, so I'm just going to get rid of this dirty bits of card and clean all that up. Right, so like I said, you're getting a right mess with it. So be careful, be warned, and be prepared that you're going to get in a mess. Right, okay, so let's move them out of the way. Right, so what I'm going to do is I've cut out some bits here, and I've got some stamps, and I've got my cutters here with my flowers and my butterflies and things. I'm not going to do that big one yet. Oh, shall we? Trying to think. Probably better for you to see if I use a big one first instead of the smaller ones. I'll put them to one side. Right, it's all going to fall off everywhere now. This desk is still not big enough. Doesn't matter how much room you have, it's still never enough, is it? Right, I think I'm going to do this one. I'll cut this tag out. These tags are from where I was working with Michelle on the design team. Michelle Art Designs. I still have all her papers and things. I'm hoping she's going to come back with all her papers, because the things that she does and she creates are just out of this world, totally and utterly beautiful. I mean, look at them little tickets, aren't they stunning? And the paper packs that she creates are just beautiful, and I love working with them all the time. I don't think I've bought a paper pad 3 years ago for Christmas was the last paper pad I bought. These are all just stored on my computer from Michelle, and I tend to use a lot of them all the time. Right, so I'm just going to get one of them. What I might do is, oh, I can't even pick it up now. Look. Sorry about my hands and things shaking, guys. It's my fibro, all the tablets and things that I'm on. This is just a little edge thingy, just to sort of, I can't even hold it properly now in my hands. It doesn't want to work for me. Just try and juggy up the edges of this a little bit, just to make it a little bit more shabby chicy. I'm just going to leave this one like this for now. I will just go through, and all I've done is just sort of roughed up the edges of that a little bit, if you can see. leave it like that. I need to put a spot roughly where the middle is. That's the only thing with these tags. When you print them out, you don't actually get to see where the middle is if you want to stamp her. And then I've got one of these little punches that I just use for punching holes and things into tags. I just punch a hole there, like so. And we'll put a pencil mark. Alright, so we've got some stamps here. We've got friends ones, love ones, little funny ones. What can we use today? How about for someone special? I think we'll give that one a go, shall we? Right, where's my little book? I'll take my stamp off of there. Alright, and what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it on there. I'm actually going to get a piece of card that's a similar sort of colour in. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Lay down flat. Get my ink pad. And just hopefully. Now I'm not going to put it right on the edge because I don't want it right on the edge. I want to rip it out and make it a little bit more shabby. If there's such a thing as making it extra shabby, you know. I won't use the scissors. I'm just going to tear this out. Like so. Now I'm going to end up with bits of card everywhere and mess and God knows what. And still, never mind. Right, all I've done is ripped around the edges of this because I don't want it straight and neat and I think we'll do that. And just give it a little helping hand with your distressing tool. Oh, you could I have actually lost. I had a little distress ink pad thing that I used to go around the edges of these, and it was actually in this colour. And I can't find it anywhere. This room has moved around so many times now that hence why there's always a mess behind me, because it's kind of used as a storage space at the moment because of people moving in, people moving out, and so having a family move about at the moment. So all I've done is stamped that on there. It's for someone special, and then just ripped it out from the card. Okay, and then I think also what I'm going to have is one of these really nice flowery tickets. And I'm going to cut the whole thing out and fold it in half and stick it. The only reason I do that is simply because it makes it thicker and helps it to stay in place. So just cut that out, okay? So now I'm going to fold it in half on the line where it's supposed to be. There. Okay. And then I just use my little glue bottle with a fine tip on it. Just put a little squiggle in the middle there. Like so. And then stick that down. Okay, and then what I do with this, it is very, very good for cutting the shapes around the edge of your tickets. You can put it in there and then you can just punch on the lines around the edges. like so. And there you have a gorgeous little ticket. Okay. Again, you can distress around the edges of it if you wish to. I don't think I have anything here in the colour that I kind of wanted. I did have a few here, but not in the... No, I haven't, not at the moment. Never mind. Never mind at all. Another idea just popped into my head. If you don't have the money for distress inks, things like that, I mean, you can buy little ones like this. I think you get like 4 in a packet. It's not such a bad price. You can use a felt tip pen, or like a one like this, and then just use the edge of it to go around the edges of your tags. I don't think I've got that sort of colour to hand. I'll have a quick look. That seems a nice colour. Let's have a quick go with that one. I just wanted to do this so I could show you, really. It's not very dark while on. I'll spend all day sitting here rummaging for a colour that I like. Right, we'll use this one anyway for now. I normally use the large edge. Okay, find the best size that you think and just literally just run it around the edges. Like so. And it just kind of highlights the edge. You know, if you was same as if you was distressing it or putting some ink on it or what have you. There we go. Again, I don't know if you can see that, but it's just got a slight little hint of the colour around the edge. Just makes it stand out. I think a lot of these things, when you're doing bits and pieces like this, I think it is all about just those little extra pieces, you know. If you take the time and do them, they're more special, and the quality of your things, you know. Right, so we've got this. Now, did I want anything? I'm trying to think. Sorry, just bear with me for 2 seconds. Right, I just wanted to play with this a little bit for a second so we can or someone special. We could use a couple of days. I'm just going to cut the stems off the back. What I think, one in that colour. I don't need all the stem on it. I'm terrible. I won't sit here and unravel them all because I think it's a waste of time. I just cut them off and hope for the best. So I'll have these on here, and then it's just a matter of, you know, kind of arranging things in place how you'd want them. That looks okay on now. So what I'm going to do first is get a bit of my nope, that's not it. That's the one I need without everything falling off the side there. Bit of my foam tape. Okay, cut that off, stick it on the back of there, on that end, and just put a tiny bit on the other end. Okay, take the backs off of them, like so, and then just rough your edges up again. Sometimes they go a bit flat where you had it on where you've been playing with it. And that's going to go on there, like so. Right, then I kind of want some flowers down here. All it is really is just about, you know, just play with things and see what you come up with. See, that's quite nice, but I would have liked something on there. So what I'm going to do is cut out another one of these. I will quite like that one. I'm going to cut out another ticket. I've just started a new project. One of my friends has had a little girl. So I've just started yesterday. My hands let me for an hour or so to crochet a blanket for her that actually says I love you to the moon and back, baby, which I thought was really, really sweet. So I've started doing that, and the saying on it is all done in bubble stitch or bobble stitch, whatever one you want to call it. And it's all done in pink and cream. So yeah, I can't wait till that's done. I can send it up to her. She's not here anymore, she's up in Leeds now. So I'll just cut these out like I did with the other one on the edges. Now you can pop bits of lace in your tags, you can do absolutely anything you want. And I'm going to take my pen again and I'm just going to run it around the edges of this. Just takes off that horrible white edge that you can always see as well, which I don't particularly like too much. It's a right shame that I don't have my little distress ink pad that I like using. I know people probably use them for all sorts of different things, but when I'm sitting here just doing little cards and things like this, it's quite handy just to pick up something that size and just quickly go over it. As I said, a pen does just as well. So if we have that one now, and then that one could slip in now, like so, and then we can pop the flowers now on. Right, so bear with me 2 seconds. Use a bit of glue for that one. Just on the back there. Place that on now. And put some glue on the back of that one. And place that one just about there. And kind of curl it up a little bit on the corner, like so. And then I'm going to stick my flowers down. I have a glue gun on, sitting here next to me. I think it's about time I got a new glue gun, if I'm honest. It's getting a bit old and behaggled. A bit like its owner at the moment, I think. What I might do, sorry, bear with me 2 seconds, is I've got so many bags and bits and pieces and God knows what in here. I'll get some pink ones because there is pink on this as well. So instead of using all the blue ones, I think I might just put a couple of pink in there as well as the green or turquoise, whatever sort of colour you want to call it. These were from her as well. These are gorgeous little flowers. I'll see if I can find the link to her Facebook page for you international ladies especially, because she does them so cheap and cheerful, and they are gorgeous. They're exactly the same as the Wild Orchid Craft flowers, exactly the same. I wouldn't be surprised if she actually got them from Wild Orchid Crafts as such. Right, so that's there like that. And then what I might do is, let's have a look. I've got some beads in here. Let's grab a couple of these out. And I don't know, I'll grab a pink one as well. All these flat backs, doodads and bits and pieces. Sometimes I just like to kind of stick something in, like where I think it might be okay, or yeah, see, that'd be perfect on there. So I'm not going to use the hot glue for this because I need to be able to stick it under where I want it. So I'm just going to use my normal glue. The glue I use is this one. It's high-tech glue. And the lid's falling off of it somewhere. It's probably in the box. And I get that off of my local market. £3 a bottle. So it's not too bad. It's quite a good price, I think. Can I get that one in now? Yeah, that one, got it in now. Now I've got paint and all sorts over my fingers. So it doesn't have to be about, you know, oh, I've got a couple of flowers, I'll just stick them on now. I've die cut some leaves and bits and pieces as well. I've got some stamen here. You know, it's just little extra effects. I think it looks quite sweet. So if you just get a couple of little stamen, just kind of wind them round together like that and spread them out. And then you just get a little dab of glue. Might be better if you want to use your hot glue for these, but I'm not fussed with that really. I like to use what I know and what works for me. So just stick those in there. That can sit there for a second. So that's the only reason why I say the hot glue, because if you want it to stick instantly, but I don't, because I like to put them in there and then I like to sort of arrange them like so. And then I've got some little, I've cut out some little die. Oh, everything's falling over. Some little die cut bits here. So I'm just going to, my little scissors and things have disappeared as well. Grab one of these, take the bits out of them. I think that's the only thing, when you get your dies, as beautiful as they are, what a pain it is sitting and, you know, picking all the bits out. And I did have one of those brushes with the mats, you know, to do it, and I think they're useless, if I'm honest. I really, really do think they're useless. Yes, they get the big bits out, but you still have to sit there with a pin poking all the little bits and pieces out after. So I don't really see much point, if I'm honest. Right, can't get. I was trying to, but the glue's spread a bit too far. trying to get that under there. Will it go under the edge of that one? I don't know. No, it's not going to, is it? Okay, so let me pull that up a little bit like that. That's better. And then we can put some glue in there. And then get our little leaf on the right side. Stick that. What is going on with this? Okay, so you don't want to stick in there. Alright, so I'll do it like that. I'll actually cut the leaf down and stick it in myself, like so. So if you just play around with them, you know, don't have to be perfect in any way. Let's try a little bit of this. A couple of little leaves there. Just snip that up. Yeah, I think that will look okay. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take the end of my pen and I'm just going to colour put a bit of colour on them leaves, like so. And then a bit of glue on the back. There we go, like so. And then all that remains to be done is, now where do I put them? Right there, here. I have all these, what they call the boot cut ribbon, boot cut string ribbon, yeah, that stuff. A bag there with all different colours. I get all my ribbons and flowers off another lady on Facebook, but she's here in the UK. And I spent so much money with her, it was unbelievable, it really was. So much money. Obviously on the back of your tags, you know, you can, if you've got your stamps, and you can do like your to, from, you can put mum across it, or whatever you would like to do, really. But there's your string for your tag, okay, and there's your tag. So yeah, just a little bit of playing about, and you know, and then you can also get some stickles or whatever you'd like. I have one of the glittery pen things here. You can just glitter up around the edges, or if you've got pearls. Pearls also is a really good one. You can just put you know, like little dots around. Bear with me 2 seconds. Let me see if I've actually got one to hand. I'm going to rummage now through all my boxes of. Oh, I have a pink one. I have a little pink one, which goes with the pink on the paper anyway. This pearls is great. You can literally use this just to put a few dots around the paper, just to, you know, kind of jazz it up a little bit. You can stick tiny little diamantes onto it if that's what you'd prefer to do. That just gives it a little bit of extra There we go. And that's my tag. And that camera is absolutely awful. I think I'm going to invest in a new camera. But there we go, that's my tag. So I'm just going to sit here and make a few tags today. And I've just left the back completely plain. So you can just either, if you don't want to do this, you can just make your tags without the hole. You know, and you can just put a sticky thing on the back of it, so you can stick it straight down onto a present instead of having it dangling from a present. But yeah, so I just wanted to have a little play today while I talk to you ladies. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget, the winner to my competition for my birthday will be on Friday. Okay, so love to you all. Mwah. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.